Hello everyone, this is Anjali Luthra and today I'll be telling you about the conditions that we give with the SQL commands. So in the earlier lectures we have discussed how to create a table with the help of DDL command. Then we did how to insert the data and manipulate it with the help of DML commands. Today what we are going to do is that how can you give conditions with SQL queries while fetching the data or while deleting or updating the data. So to give conditions as in any language, we have relational operators over here. So relational operators are the symbols which are used to check conditions. So there are 6 of them. That's greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and not equal to. For not equal to in SQL, we can have another symbol also, that is less than and greater than sign facing towards each other. That can also be used for comparing not equal to. So these are very simple symbols. You just need to write the symbol for checking the condition and they result in true or false. So if the left hand side value is greater than the right hand side value, this greater than sign is going to give us true, and if it is not, it will give us false. So if the condition is true, the query will work, otherwise it won't. So these are the basic relational operators we have. Then we get logical operators. These are the operators which are used to combine two conditions or more than two conditions together. So if I have to give conditions where I want two conditions, like I want a student to be in class 12 and I want his marks to be more than 80. So there are two conditions to be checked. And when we have two conditions, we either need that both of the conditions should be true or we need that any one of them should be true. So AND is used where I know that I need both conditions to be true for the true result. And in case of OR, we want any of them is true, so the whole result will be true. And NOT is used to negate the conditions. That means if the condition is true, it will make it false. If it was false, it will make it true. So it will simply negate the result. First of all, let's see some examples of AND. For example, you have to write a query to display those students who are in class 12th and they score more than 80. So we write it like select star from student. Since the attribute names are not mentioned here, I'll put star. Select star from student where class is equal to 12 and marks greater than 80. So we have put and, that means the student must be in class 12 as well as the marks should be greater than 80. Similarly, you can see the next query. Display those students who have scored between 80 to 90. That is, select star from student where marks is greater than equal to 80 and marks less than equal to 90. So if marks are between 80 to 90, it has to be greater than 80 or equal, or as well as at the same time it has to be less than 90. So if I have 88, that satisfies my condition because it's greater than 80 and it is less than 90. But if I would have 92, so 92 is greater than 80 but it's not less than 90. So condition will be false in that case. Similarly, the third example shows class 10th and section A. So I have to write class 10th and section A. I'll run the first query for you over here. So we have to check the student who has got more than 80 in class 12th. So we'll be writing select star from student where class is equal to 12 and marks greater than 80. So there are 3 students who are in class 12 and they've got marks greater than 80. So this is how we can write query in SQL with the condition joined with the help of AND. Second logical operator you have is OR. Here we know that we have multiple conditions but we want only one of them to be true. If both are true, then also it's okay. So if the query is display those students who are in class 12th and class 10th, means the student will be either in class 12th or in class 10th. So you'll be writing select star from student where class is equal to 12th or class is equal to 10th. So if the value of the attribute class is 12th, then also it will be shown. If the value is class 10, then also it will be shown. Then the second query is like display the name and class of students who have admission number as 234, 125 or 256. So I have to write, since name of the attributes are mentioned here, so I have to write select name comma class from student where admission number is equal to 234 or admission number is equal to 125, or admission number is equal to 256. So if any of the condition is true, the result will be true. If all three are false, the result will be false. So to run this query, if I just make a change here, class is equal to 12th or class is equal to 10th, and I press enter. So it is showing me all the records who are in class 12th as well as those who are in class 10th. That is how we can check or combine conditions with the help of OR. We can use and OR together also in a query. For example, if the query is display those students who are in class 12th, section A or C. That means the class has to be 12th, but section can be A or C. So we write select star from student where class is equal to 12th, and in brackets we write section is equal to A or section is equal to C. So it will match those records where the class is 12th, but section can be any of the two, A or C. Then display name and marks of those students who are in class 10th or 12th and scores more than 80. So marks have to be greater than 80 and class can be 12th or 10th. So if you want to execute the same command, so we need to make some changes over here. It is where class is equal to 12th or class is equal to 10th and marks greater than 80. So it will show only those students who have got greater than 80 marks. I guess in this table all students are very intelligent. Everyone has more than 80 marks. The one Ankit who has got 80 and Test who has got 80 is not shown because the condition is marks greater than 80. So the ones which have equal to 80 are also not displayed. So it will display those who have got greater than 80. Then is not. Not we don't use much as such, but still its purpose is to negate the condition. So if I have to write a query for display those students who are not in class 12th. So one option is you can write select star from student where not class is equal to 12th. So if class is 12th, it will make the result false and will not show that record. But if class is not 12th, it's something else. The condition will give me false. Not will make that true and will show that record. Another option is I can directly write the not equal to sign in the condition. So that will show me the desired result. So these are the very basic operators which you can use in the condition. But we have some special operators also which can be used while checking conditions in SQL. There are 4 of them. One is between, in, like, and is null. Between is used at places where we have to check for an attribute that it lies in a given range. So if the attribute between value 1 and value 2, where value 1 and value 2 are inclusive, means if it's equal to these values, then also it will show. If it is between the values, then also it will show. So to match a range, we basically need this. Like we've done this query earlier, that's display those students who have scored between 80 to 90. Earlier we wrote it like this, select star from student where marks greater than equal to 80 and marks less than equal to 90. But with the help of between, you can write it this way, marks between 80 and 90. Both queries will give you the same result. It's just 2 ways of writing the same. We can't say which is right, which is wrong. Both are correct. It's your convenience. You can use whichever you want to get the result. Then we have in. When we have a single column and it has to be matched with a number of values, then we prefer using in. So here we write the attribute's name, in value 1, value 2, value 3 and so on, as many values you want to give. It will check if this attribute is equal to any of the values given in the list. It will work on that particular record, otherwise will not. Like we did this query with or earlier, that select name class from student where admission number is 234 or admission number is this or admission number is this. Now you can write it this way, where admission number in 234, 125, 256. So you can see it is easier to write in comparison using or so many times. So again, it's matter of choice. Both queries are correct and will give you the same result. Then we have like. Now like is one of its kind. There is no other option to do the same thing which we do with like. It's used for matching the pattern. I need to search some characters and I don't know the exact value. I know just the part of it and I don't know rest of it. So for that purpose, I can use like. It uses 2 special symbols called while characters, that's percentage and underscore. Percentage sign we give when we don't know how many characters are missing. It can be 0 or more. When we know that exactly one character is there at that place, we will be using underscore for that. Example, like if we have to display the students whose name starts with K. So I'll be writing select star from student where name like K percentage. More examples would be like display the list of students whose name ends with T. So select star from student where name like percentage C. You can see percentage is before now and T is after that. Means earlier there can be any number of characters, but the last character should be T. Then is display the list of students whose name has second letter as P. So name like underscore P percentage. Underscore means there is one character before P, exactly one character. Second letter has to be P, and after that there can be any number of characters. Then if the query is display the list of students who have their email at Yahoo. So it will be email like percentage at yahoo.com. So there can be any email ID, but it should be on the site yahoo.com. I'll show you one of the queries over here. So if I have written select star from student and I want to check where name like M percentage. So it will show me the names which starts with M. So there's only one. I want to see the ones which starts with A. So there are many. Similarly, if you want to see the ones which ends with T, so percentage T. So it shows you all those names which ends with T. This is how we use like. And the last operator is null in this category. We discussed null value earlier at the time of insert. That is, if we don't give a value for a column, by default it is null. Null cannot be compared with the equal to sign. For that, we have to use is null. So if I have to check which all students are not allotted any section, so I can write where section is null. If I write section equal to null, it will not work. That's a wrong query. So for checking the value of null, we must write is null. So that is the set of basic operators to check conditions with your various DML commands. You can use any of these with the where clause, and if the condition gives true, the query will be executed for that record. If it will give false, it will not be executed for that record. Hope you understood the concept. In case of any doubts, do write in the comment section. I'll get back to you. Thank you.